Good evening, everybody. My name is Bill Librera, and I'm the proud principal here at Watchung Hills Regional High School. And I thank you so much for coming to our Class of 2030 Curriculum Night. Our goal for tonight is pretty simple. It's to give you an opportunity to hear about the upcoming 9th grade experience for your child, to put some faces with names, get contact information, and hopefully see firsthand that Watchung Hills is a special place that is dedicated to each and every student. And whether you're a new or returning parent to Watchung Hills, I'm sure you will find this presentation informative and engaging. Recently, we just completed the last year of a 5-year board strategic plan, and we're in the process of creating a new plan with a cross-section of students, educators, board members, parents, and staff who will create a plan and framework to ensure that your child is the beneficiary of a commitment to improvement in all aspects of high school, including in and out of the classroom, academic and social, and post-secondary planning. From this strategic plan, we're so proud of our recent additions and improvements to our instructional facilities, such as our ceramics room, photography room, new science lab, more functional and diverse space. So I have a video that can show you a great representation of our commitment to our facilities, and I'm going to play that now for you if it comes up.
Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Jewett, Superintendent of the Watchung Hills Regional High School District. I'm thrilled to share some exciting news about the recent renovations at Watchung Hills Regional High School. We've spent the last several years focused on renovating spaces throughout the school to ensure that Watchung Hills offers state-of-the-art facilities designed to foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration among our students. These renovations are not just about new paint and furniture. They're about transforming education to empower our future leaders. We've enhanced our athletic facilities, upgraded our academic spaces, and enhanced our spaces for the arts. Our most recently completed project is our new design lab, a multi-purpose space for our robotics team, engineering courses, and our new design program. Here, students get hands-on experiences in science, technology, engineering, art, and design thinking. Our new Learning Commons was completed in 2021 and includes flexible spaces for instruction, quiet study, or collaboration. It features a podcast room, TV studio, VR lab, and Makers Technologies. The cafe is even integrated into our school's culinary arts program. Since then, we've upgraded many other spaces. Now we have students sculpting masterpieces in our renovated ceramics lab and capturing stunning images in our photography lab. Athletes gearing up in the new locker rooms and students getting the care they need in our top-notch nurse's office and athletic trainer suite. These upgrades enhance the learning environment, promoting student well-being and providing access to cutting-edge resources. None of this would have been possible without the incredible support of our community. Thanks to responsible financial planning and the overwhelming support of our community, we have secured nearly $5 million in state aid through our past 3 referendums, which meant these renovations did not impact local taxes. And this is just the beginning. We're committed to continuous improvement with future projects already in the pipeline. We would like to thank the Watchung Hills community for investing in our students' future. Your support is paving the way for a brighter tomorrow. Stay tuned for more exciting developments, and let's continue working together toward becoming better tomorrow than we are today. Go Warriors!
All right, I think that's worth a round. That video encapsulates a lot, and I really do think it exemplifies our school mission of enhancing, encouraging, and excelling in Empower. We believe that through a collaborative approach and partnership that the students have the opportunity to become the best versions of themselves while they're here at Watchung Hills. But it is our collective responsibility to continue to dedicate time and the resources to ensure that we are helping every student instructionally and co-curricular as they navigate our hallways. As stated earlier, tonight you're going to have a lot of information on your offerings here at WHRS. And I remember the feeling of being in your seat as a parent when I had school-age children in the high school myself, and I remember the feeling of being overwhelmed. So I want to tell you that this will all be recorded, and we're going to post it on our website, so don't feel like everything you have to digest at the immediate time. We'll send you an email when it's up, and you can come and reflect on that or try to get some maybe more clarity at a later time. A popular question that we often get is curricular placement. So instead of having each department talk about curricular placement, I'll just try to address it one time. We use the recommendations of the 8th grade teachers to place students. And they use often the metric of a performance in their class of 95 and above for honors, 80 to 94 for accelerated, and 80 or below for college prep. But no student is ever put in that track, and then that's nowhere that, and like kept there. It is the opportunity for them to begin, to analyze, and to flourish, and then we can always reanalyze as the years develop. The key takeaway that I'd like to have you have here tonight is that we have a great team that is committed, and you're going to hear each and every one of them speak, and please do not hesitate to either reach out to them or to me if you have any questions. Unfortunately, our special education director of special services, Ms. D'Amato, is unable to be here tonight, so I want to speak on her behalf. But if you have any questions, please, her address is right there. We have various special education programs here that really kind of get put into 3 different categories of in-class resource, pull-out resource, and CARES program. So whether it be in-class resource, which is a support in the general education classroom to ensure that students are learning from various modalities. Pull-out resource programs are where students can receive assistance where and when needed to ensure understanding and progresses. And to our CARES program that affords an opportunity for varied instruction and community learning ventures. So in summary, it's really easy for me to say that our special education program is extremely important and valued. Starting last year, we have a growing Play Unified initiative in our district where special and general educations blend together to carry out different activities. So right now we have a choir, a flag football team, an bocce ball, and they're planning also a color run for this coming spring. So we have a vibrant community that blends with all of our students here and one that we're very proud of. Also within our building, we have 3 school psychologists, 2 learning disability teaching consultants, and 2 social workers. Related services such as occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech, and counseling are also offered to students who qualify based on their individual education program. So if you have any questions regarding your student's program within the special education department, please make sure to reach out to Ms. D'Amato, who will gladly assist you with any questions that you may have. At this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Jim Flacker, who is our 9th grade vice principal, who can speak more about the 9th grade experience here at Watchung Hills. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Welcome. Thanks for coming out tonight. I just wanted to say hi, welcome, and introduce myself. And I only have a couple of things to talk about. We're planning so many events between now and the end of August when I'll have the honor of introducing all of your children to the school and helping them integrate into our high school Watchung Hills Warrior culture. But starting next week, actually, we're planning visits to each of the 4 middle schools that feed the district. We're going to bring some 9th graders, current 9th graders down. They'll speak with the 8th grade class at each of the middle schools. So we're excited to get out and meet them. That'll be the first time that I'll get to spend some time with all of the next year's incoming freshman class. You know, I think one of the most important things we do is we want your children to hear from our current 9th graders, our current students, because they're the ones who've most recently experienced a transition that they're all going to go through. And we feel like, we can talk to them all day long, but the people they want to hear from are the people they know. So when we come down next week and the week after to the different middle schools, they'll see some familiar faces, and they'll get the inside word, the inside scoop of what high school's like. We're also planning in April 22nd, we're going to have our annual 8th grade spring orientation event. They'll hear from other 9th graders that night, and then we'll have a club fair where they'll have a chance to meet all the club leaders and find out about all the amazing clubs that we offer. And all of our coaches will be here for all the athletic programs. They can meet their coaches and meet the leadership of each of the programs. Throughout the summer, we have tour dates. We'll have the building open for everybody to come visit and have a tour led by our peer leaders. And we always have some transition groups that students can sign up and come in for a couple days. They learn about some academic support help and different things that are available to them. So those dates are throughout the summer, and they'll be published, and we'll send out notifications once we have tour dates available. And then our last event, but not least, is our annual 9th grade orientation. That takes place the day before the first day of school. This year it'll be August 25th. We run buses, so the buses will transport the students here. They'll get some warm-up and practice on where to go for their bus route and what time to be there. We start the day at 7:30, just like we start the school day. They'll come in, they'll hear from all of us and everybody that they'll need to meet, and then they'll get a chance to meet all of their teachers. They walk through the whole schedule and meet their teachers. It's really a fun event, and I'm looking forward to them being here on that day. So if you have any questions about anything that you need to do, or any questions about next year between now and then, please reach out to me. You see my phone extension here and my email address. Please, anything that you need, I'm excited to welcome all of your children and help them know what it's like to become a warrior. Next up, I'd like to introduce Miss Mary Ellen Fallon. She's our English Department Supervisor. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you very much for coming out in the dark and cold this evening. You are warriors already, so we are impressed with the number of 8th grade families we see. We always look forward to this night because it's terrific to see what our principal said, familiar faces, and also our opportunity to meet and connect with new families. For those of you who wonder, haven't been in a high school in a while, English is still a 4-year graduation requirement, and it still is a tested area. Tonight, I know there's much information shared, so if your children ask you about English, here's a quick 4-item summary. Number 1, we teach thinking, reading, grammar, vocabulary, and writing using a variety of genres over a 4-year span with levels ranging from honors, accelerated, college prep, 10th and 11th grade students will also be invited where appropriate to enroll in 2 AP courses. In our 9th grade curriculum, we aren't just teaching students, we're also concerned about them reading texts. And as you can see, those of you who are readers and those of you who may not be, we have a great combination of both canonical texts as well as postmodern texts. Our second bullet point is we invite 9th graders to take 3 English electives. They can choose from creative writing, journalism, or comics and the graphic novel. All of those 3 courses are semester courses. And number 3 is there will be summer reading, but you don't need to worry about it tonight. Feels like summer is very far away. But we do post it in mid-April, and our principal and vice principal communicate thoroughly with the principals of your sending districts. And we also reach out to the town libraries, so we buy extra texts. If you're interested in knowing what the summer reading looks like, last year's 25 summer is posted on our website, and the English teachers were really very pleased with the 9th grade engagement in August, so we anticipate the list is not going to change that much, but don't get ahead of it because a lot of times kids have a lot going on between now and when they graduate. And then number 4, my contact information is available. And now I wish to invite my friend and my colleague, Anita Bick, to the stage, and she's going to outline our impressive social studies offerings. Thanks again.
Good evening and welcome. I'd like to talk about our social studies program. Next year, your student will be taking our World History program, which is a very comprehensive course that deals with pretty much almost the entire world. This is sort of a sequence from what they've been learning in middle school, which is some more ancient history, and then we take them in the 9th grade to really learn more cultural and modern history about all different regions of the world. They'll follow this later in their future years at high school with American history in US 1 and US 2. But world history is a real fun course because it introduces students sometimes to cultures that they identify with and sometimes to new ideas and new cultures they may not have heard about before. So it's a really, again, comprehensive course. One of the things that we like to do when we talk about social studies is really encourage students to understand the information, but also to think. The historical thinking skills that we use in all of our courses really get students analyzing, synthesizing, comparing, understanding cause and effect. It's a real kind of, again, comprehensive way of not only teaching the content and the information, but making sure that students understand that it's important to think beyond just what may be in front of you and to really critically understand what has been happening in the world and in our own country. These are the 3 electives we have for 9th graders. Native American history is pretty self-explanatory. That is a semester course. The teacher that leads that course has been to a lot of different reservations. She often has speakers. So it's a really interesting course, touching on things that we may not be able to get to as much in our core courses. Sociology is also a semester course that freshmen are welcome to take, and it really deals with our society as a whole and different issues that occur in society. And social justice, which is actually a year-long course, also deals with different groups in society and helps us to become tolerant and accepting and understanding. So those are available for all of our 9th graders, and we look forward to seeing them all next year and hopefully engaging in some of our courses. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Dan Bertelli, our Supervisor of Arts and Co-Curricular.
Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Dan Bertelli. I'm the Supervisor of the Arts Department here at Watchung Hills. We are so very proud of all of the arts offerings we have for your 8th graders and the students here at the school. We have tremendous teachers, facilities, and tremendous support from the administration and the Board of Ed. So why study the arts? A couple bullet points here to review. Fosters development of the personal, social, and emotional growth. We help work and foster students' creativity. And we believe in the arts department that every student in our school is creative and deserves an opportunity to express themselves. So the arts also provides opportunities with all of the things coming at our children today in today's world. The arts give a great opportunity for them to kind of develop those ideas and learn how to express themselves, and also develop problem-solving skills in a setting that's unlike a traditional academic setting. We have many offerings, as you can see, for your rising 9th graders. I'm going to quickly review them, but they'll all be in our program of studies. These are all options available to 9th grade students. Every student is required to receive 5 credits of art in order to graduate. They can enroll in courses in drawing, photography, graphic arts, painting, sculpture, ceramics, and jewelry, and the visual arts. If your student is interested in music, we have wonderful programs, a great new music tech studio that offers courses in music tech, piano, and guitar. And then we also have traditional music courses in chorus, band, and orchestra. For our life and 21st century skills up in the top right, we have, as it was mentioned in the superintendent's video, a fantastic culinary lab and a cafe that joins where the students can actually make food and serve to the students in the Learning Commons, kind of like a Barnes & Noble's setting, if you will. Great wood arts studio. We have a great program in theater arts. And a shameless plug, if your student is interested in Percy Jackson, our Script and Cue club will be putting on the musical The Lightning Thief coming in March, so you can find our tickets online. And we also have a great program in TV and video as well. If you have any questions, absolutely feel free to email me at any time, and I'd be happy to help you walk through those choices, as they can seem a little bit daunting at times. With that said, I'd like to introduce everyone's favorite world language and PE supervisor, Mr. Brad Comerford.
Good evening. We offer 4 different language choices here at Watchung Hills: Chinese, French, Italian, and Spanish. We offer college preparatory levels in Spanish and French only, and we have advanced and honor levels in all 4 languages, with AP available in French and Spanish. And depending on registration, we may be able to offer it in Italian and Chinese later on. All incoming freshmen will take a level 1 or level 2 language. And if your student is a heritage speaker of one of these 4 languages, please contact me via email so we can set up a time to give your student a placement test at the end of August, beginning of September, when school starts. Only if your student is a heritage speaker of one of these 4 languages. And then freshmen, of course, will choose whatever language they want, level 1 or 2, and that is based on the placement criteria that we get from the middle schools. Okay, this is how we define all of our programs, and this is what proficiency looks like. These are the skills that your student will have to develop in their world language classroom, and they lead to understanding how we define proficiency. Proficiency, as we see it, is your ability to use language in real-world situations. It's what you can do consistently over time in world language, and it helps you determine your goals and define your performance. At Watchung Hill, in New Jersey, you need 5 credits, 1 year of a world language in order to graduate, but at Watchung Hills, you need 2 years of a world language. It can be any 2 years. Hopefully it's the same language, but it does not have to be, but you need 10 credits to graduate. We also offer coursework in ESL, which is English as a Second Language. There are 3 different levels, so if your student is not a native speaker of English, they will be placed from middle school into one of our programs. If not, we will be able to test them in early September when they arrive. I am also the health and PE supervisor. All incoming freshmen, 9th graders, will begin their program here at Watchung Hills in health. And we cover 4 main areas: mental health, which covers anxiety, depression, and suicidal ideation, and positive and negative coping skills and how to set goals. We also cover substance abuse and prevention. That includes alcohol and drug use, vaping, and how it impacts brain development. We also explore sexuality, sexual risk avoidance, understanding the different types of relationships that you're going to create while in high school, and how to identify and build on those relationships. We also cover consent, how to set boundaries, and how to respect yourself and others. And then finally, we cover harassment, intimidation, and bullying, which is acceptance and diversity. We review the expectations here at Watchung Hills and the procedures to follow in order to report an incident. Physical education, our goal is to give students a foundation and understanding of what constitutes a healthy lifestyle. There are 3 main areas. One is wellness, understanding the benefits of healthy activities, how to create a regimen of physical activity that is right for you, and setting your personal physical goals. Recreation, which covers team building and understanding sportsmanship and how to work as a unit. And sports education, we cover the skills and techniques of specific sports and how to create new rules for games and game play. If you have any question on any of these things, whether it be world languages, health, or PE, please email me and I'll be able to get back to you right away. Thank you. The next person is Gina Heineman, our Supervisor of Science.
Good evening. My name is Gina Heineman. I'm the Science Supervisor. Our science curriculum is designed to build a strong foundation in scientific concepts through active evidence-based learning. Freshman biology focuses on exploring real-world phenomena, encouraging students to ask and answer questions, and developing strong scientific thinking skills. Students engage in hands-on investigations, including designing and conducting their own experiments. They learn how to test hypotheses, analyze data, draw conclusions, and interpret results. Students also create and use models to explain scientific principles and deepen their understanding of complex concepts, as well as engage in argument from evidence, an essential scientific skill. There is a science requirement for graduation. All students must successfully complete 3 years of evidence-based science courses equivalent to 15 credits. All of our students follow a path of biology, chemistry, and physics. In New Jersey, students do have to take the science learning assessment in 11th grade, and it covers the standards of these 3 areas of study. These are the electives for our freshmen in the science department. Freshmen can take Intro to Engineering Design, which is part of our Project Lead the Way program, which allows students to apply problem-solving skills through a design-based process. They learn how to use various types of modeling software and 3D printing. I highly encourage your child, if they're interested in robotics, this is a great beginner course for them to learn all of the programming skills that they would want to have in their toolkit if they were on the robotics team. We also offer CAD architecture, where students learn essential components of architecture and building design. For students with a strong interest in science or scientific research, we also encourage your child to pursue independent research projects and present their work in our STEAM fair. Our teachers are a wonderful resource for your child. They can ask their teachers to be a mentor for them to help them kind of work through that research process. Thank you. That's our science program, and I will now introduce Mr. Mike D'Alessio, our Director of Math, Business, and Assessment.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out this evening. I usually start my presentation with a joke. Every year, you usually wouldn't expect that from the math guy, but I'm going to start off with the joke tonight again. So if you look at this presentation, and when you see it online, there'll be a little link to the calculator policy. And you can go to that current policy on our website right now. And our policy right now on calculators is we use something called the Texas Instruments 84 Plus calculator and something called Desmos, which is an online calculator. I'm proud to say that next year we're transitioning 100% to the use of Desmos, which is an online calculator, graphing calculator. And if you just go home tonight in your spare time, instead of doom scrolling about weather or something, go look up Desmos and play a little bit, graph some functions. They're a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and your kids may already know this. But I used to always say that a calculator was a great gift for an 8th grade graduation, for when you're coming to the high school. So this year I've saved everybody about $120 per student. So that's my gift to you this year. You get to spend it somewhere else rather than on a calculator. So please look at that site. The joke didn't go over too well, but anyway. So I'll talk a little bit about the math department. We have a very strong curriculum that goes above and beyond the standards that are required in the state of New Jersey. We implement lots of technology, including calculator technology, Desmos, AI, and software that's specific for the mathematics department and our computer science program. Students do math. We have them explain math. We have them do all kinds of things that when you and I were growing up are kind of different in the math class. But there's one thing that's always been important to me, and I think it was important when we went to school, is if you have a good relationship between the student, the teacher, and the parent, that means there's going to be success in the math classroom. So I implore you at the beginning of the year, in September or August, when you get the schedules and you find out who your child's teacher is, to introduce yourself to them via email. Talk to them about some of the struggles maybe your child had in math or some struggles that they didn't have, so that we can develop that bond. It's very important as we go on through the year, because inevitably you're going to have to help them with homework. So these are our course offerings here, and the students are going to begin a sequence of courses according to the placement criteria. That's not any different than what some of the other academic departments talked about, and it's very confusing sometimes for parents. So the way you get around this is you should obviously identify where your child is right now in the 8th grade, and where your child will be going depends on what they're taking now. And you can line it up with this grid, or if you go to the department webpage, there's a very similar grid there. The teachers at the 8th grade level are making recommendations. I implore you to talk with them, and if you have questions regarding that recommendation, let me know. But you could see some of the good old courses you probably saw when you were in high school: Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Pre-Calculus, Calculus. Those are standard courses that we have at the high school, and students will place appropriately on their ability grouping there. We also have a robust 9th grade computer science program that actually leads all the way to the senior year. These are just 3 of the courses that 9th graders could take in the computer science realm. So we have 2.5 dedicated computer science teachers. That's a lot when you look at national statistics for high schools. Some of the courses that we have include Foundations of Computer Science. I suggest that for a student who has never done anything with computer science and really is trying to learn it. It's a great class to do that. We have Intro to Mobile Apps, which is a half-year course, and AP Computer Science Principles, which freshmen are allowed to take. However, there is a pretty strict criteria for that. So I would ask you to talk to the 8th grade teacher regarding that, and there's plenty of time to take these courses, that specifically the CSP course, throughout your high school career. It is not just for 9th graders, but please don't rush to take that. But we do have other courses that then lead from here. AP Cybersecurity is a new course we're starting next year, and we have AP Computer Science Programming also. So we do have a pretty robust program there. I'm also the testing guy here, all right? So I run all the testing with the help of all the people to my right who help out every year with this. And your children will be taking a lot of state tests and PSATs, SATs at the high school throughout the next 4 years. And I'm usually the go person that works on that, getting them registered, ready, and communicating to them. So for the 9th grade year, students will take the New Jersey Student Learning Assessment in mathematics. It is a subject-specific course, so if they're in Algebra 1, they'll take the Algebra 1 test. If they're in geometry, they'll take the geometry test. Everybody in high school, no matter what grade you are in, must have taken an Algebra 1 test unless they've previously done that at a middle school. So Algebra 1 test is required for everybody. We also have a math team here. We call them the Mathletes, all right? Basically, the competition there is testing. They do tests throughout the year in various competitions, in statewide competitions, county competitions, and we've been very successful with those students throughout the year. I'm also the director of the business department here, business courses that we offer, and those are plenty of courses that students can take as electives. Business credits are 5 credits of 21st century life and career, and also students in the 11th grade year will take an online course called Personal Finance. They take it in the 11th grade after they get adjusted to the school for a few years, but is our only online course at the school, and it's completely independent of a teacher. They go on, they take that course throughout the 2nd semester of their 11th grade. So I'm not sure of any other schools that really have something like that, and we give kids exposure to that because that's what they may see in college. These are some of our 9th grade business electives. You can break up these electives based on entrepreneurship and management, accounting, marketing and economics are traditional business courses, and technology courses. So these courses up here, they're all open to our 9th grade students, including a course called Foundations of Creative Design, which we work with the science department very closely with. And we do encourage our students to fill up their schedule with courses such as accounting, digital marketing. One of my favorite courses here is sports and entertainment management. This semester, it's a semester course. We're going to be talking about the Winter Olympics, the World Cup, all the things that are in the sports and management realm. It's a very good course. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, talk to your son's or daughter's 8th grade teacher. That's always a good idea also. And I'm going to reintroduce Mr. Bertelli, the tallest member of our entire group, and he'll talk about the co-curricular activities.
Thank you, Mr. DeLessio. I know he thinks his calculator joke wasn't funny, but as far as calculator joke goes, it's a 10 in my book. You can look for his special coming out on Netflix in the summertime. I also oversee all of the clubs here at the school, and this is something that we are very proud of. We have over 65 clubs at the high school, and I kind of separated them all into these 8 categories. We have clubs such as that deal with academics, like the mathletes that Mr. DeLessio was just talking about, the academic team. We have clubs of diversified interest. We have clubs in honor societies, the National Honor Society, the World Language Honor Society. We have clubs in social justice, the Model UN, mock trial, things like that. We have a great student government here where your students can run to be grade level councils for each grade that they're in, or run to be in the all-school council that sort of oversees all of the grade level councils. We have great clubs in performing arts, like the Script and Cue Club that I mentioned earlier. We also have a great marching band here that is in the performing arts. We have, we have clubs in public service, like the Interact Club that raises money for charities, and we have clubs in recreation as well. These clubs are not one time only. The students are able to kind of dip their toe into their clubs as they come into the high school. This is a great way for students to meet friends and kind of find people who share common interests. And most of the clubs are you just kind of come attend a meeting, and if you like it, you just keep coming to a meeting. Some other clubs you need to audition or try out for. Some clubs you need to qualify for, like the National Honor Society. There's only one club that starts before the school year starts, and I'm just bringing it to your attention now, and that's the marching band. They start with band camp in the summertime. If your students are in band right now at the middle school level, that information will be pushed out to them through their middle school music teacher. But other than that, there are a lot of clubs, and again, students in the 9th grade, 10th grade level can kind of settle in. We have a club fair in early October where all the clubs set up on the marching band field with tables, and the students kind of promote what they do in each club. It's such a great way for the students to kind of build upon the things they're learning in the classroom here at Watchung Hills, meet new friends, new people, gain new experiences, add things to their resume for college, and just try to explore and find things that they're passionate in, so when they go move on from the high school, they have a good foundation underneath them. If you need any help with any clubs, again, I'm more than happy to help you. Reach out to me via email, and we'll set up a time, and I have no problem talking to anybody about the clubs that we offer. And now, without further ado, our Director of Counseling, Mr. Jason Sabino.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome again for coming tonight. For those I've not yet had the pleasure to meet, my name is Jason Sabino, and I'm the Director of School Counseling here at Watchung Hills. With all that was shared this evening on the rigorous and diverse curricular offerings that we have here, I'm pleased to be here to review the range of supports that we have to help your child navigate through this process. And they're available to all students as they navigate their academic journeys here at Watchung Hills. Whether your child is a student who needs some support for a strong start at high school, strategies to excel in their coursework while they're here, or exploring post-secondary opportunities, we have a team of dedicated professionals here to help them. Our goal is to help your child find the right fit, balancing academic ambition with personal well-being to ensure they're challenged engaged, and positioned to thrive academically as well as socially while they're here. The Watchung Hills school counselors stay with your child for all 4 years while they're working with them. So they're working with them day in and day out as needed to provide support. We also have student assistance counselors who provide another layer of support to students, and they also provide classroom lessons and community programming. Additionally, we're fortunate to have school-based clinicians in the building when needed through a partnership with Rutgers. So please be on the lookout for an additional program this spring that'll go over supporting strategies for your class of 2030 child to getting a great start here at Watchung Hills. And that'll be hosted by our Rutgers clinicians and also talk about, which Jim Placker mentioned, some of the transition programs we have over the summer to help students with healthy habits, so starting off high school. In closing the program, we want to take a moment to review the next steps to be on the lookout for. So in just a couple of weeks, you will receive correspondence with instructions on registering through the parent portal. This is where you will review your 9th grade course recommendations from the 8th grade teachers that we mentioned tonight, have an opportunity to choose some of the electives that we went through, and then select your world language offerings. We view the 9th grade year as a foundational starting point. It's the beginning of a 4-year journey where students will have many opportunities to take on challenging coursework as they grow, gain confidence, and discover passions that lead to long-term success and prepare them for a bright future. The details of all of our course offerings are available, and I know Mr. Libera mentioned that we're going to have this posted, this presentation, but it's also available in the program of studies on our district website. So in the days ahead, I hope that there will be energized conversations at home about these exciting offerings and opportunities here at the high school for the start of their time here. If you have any questions, please reach out to your child's current 8th grade school counselor or contact us here directly. Finally, this above slide is a bit of a graphic to show how the offerings come together from each of the different subject areas to complete a 9th grade student schedule. These options will undoubtedly educate and prepare your child for success well beyond their next 4 years at Watchung Hills. As we mentioned, there's a total of 131 credits that you need to graduate, but again, don't get lost on that or caught up on that right now. Just really know that we will do we will do our job to help support your child in reviewing what they need to do, and we're most looking forward to them getting excited about their start here. In closing, we're really looking forward to getting to know all of the class of 2030 students and their families. Thank you so much for coming this evening. Here's my contact information if you'd like to reach out to me directly, as everybody else mentioned this evening. And we wish you a safe drive home this cold winter night, and please reach out anytime. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming tonight.